Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with another Genshin Impact reaction video, and I'm working overtime. This is kind of ridiculous. I've been streaming like every other day for the Golden Apple Archipelago content, and I told people yesterday, I was like, all right, guys, Mona's story quest is done for the Golden Apple. I'm gonna take the weekend off, and I'll be back on Monday to stream again, and HoYoverse was like, bitch, you thought, and they decided to drop another Sumeru trailer. I think this is the third preview trailer. The first one was Dendro, the second one was the region, and I don't know what this one's entailing. I woke up to over 300 notifications in my mod chat for my Twitch mods, because they were basically like, yeah, Arnold, we're running it back again, stay off social media. So Anthony has given me a link without a preview in the Discord that I'm gonna click on, and it's automatically gonna jump me into the video, so I'm not gonna see the thumbnail, I'm not gonna get spoiled on anything. Apparently it's 3 minutes, and similarly to the other trailers, I'm gonna do my initial reaction, we're gonna break it down, we're gonna talk about everything. You know, I hope that's something that you guys continue to look forward to and enjoy for my content for Genshin as time goes on. We have over 2,000 viewers in chat, by the way. This is the biggest stream I've ever had for Genshin. The hype for Sumeru is popping off, and I just really appreciate all of the new viewers and all of the new followers and people who have discovered me on the YouTube channel, who have decided to migrate over to Twitch to get all this content as well. It's been awesome. It's been great. It's been a little overwhelming, but incredibly humbling. So I really appreciate all of you guys' enjoyment of my lore-based, story, character-based content for the streams and for the videos. But with all of that said, it is time. Sumeru Preview Teaser 3, Prelude to Wisdom. I'm not going to read the description. We'll read the description afterwards. I got to make sure that closed captions are on. All right, and without further ado, 3.5 minutes. We're going to be starting this in 3, 2, 1, now. HoYoverse! Shit. Oh, okay, we're seeing more locations. That's the port area that we saw before. Ooh, I wonder if this is where we're gonna... Oh, these streets look nice. The markets. Dude. Oh my god, what the hell is that giant thing in the sky? Okay, that doesn't look like Celestia. I would not be surprised if that giant structure in the sky is the Sumeru Academia. Yeah, that doesn't look like Celestia. That might be the Academia. Dude, the music! Sumeru is a region of wisdom. The affairs states is organized the academia. This person's name is Yogurt. Shout out to Yogurt. According to what Yamiko said in Inazuma, knowledge in Sumeru is merit. Yep, okay. Knowledge is wealth. Through a Gnosis-powered legacy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Left by the previous Dendro Archon, the Greater Lord Rukhadivata. Okay, the previous Dendro. Dude, does this guy have a fucking earpiece in his ear? What the hell is that? Akasha system? We've heard that name before. Oh my god, these motherfuckers got Bluetooth. Another interesting point is that in Sumeru, most people, especially adults, aren't capable. Kali just had a dream about what fucking Dotori's doing in Sumeru. So, what the hell? They can't dream. Which is why there's a saying that people in Sumeru don't dream. Locals take pride in it, seeing it as a testament of their rationale and wisdom. Bro, you guys are lame. Proper humidity and soil in Sumeru's fruits ideal for growing. Shroomkin. Oh, these fuckers. I've been farming you in the freaking chasm for ages. Oh, wow. What the fuck? That's a new world boss, probably. Dude, that looks sick. What the hell is that? Bro, what the fuck? Okay, that's either a mob or that's a mount, dude. Either way, that shit looks sick. Oh, little pigs. Okay, the Emorite. So we know about them. They're the mercenary group. They're settlers from the ancient civilization in the sand. Their own wisdom and strength. In short, they're mercenaries. Yeah, so Nazafarin mentioned them. The Spices of the West event that had the NPC that like gave you the spices and stuff like that for like the cooking pot. She mentioned the Emorite, so we know about them already. In the vast desert beyond, there are many scars and legacies from the past, aka big lore. Machines from an advanced civilization that guarded the ancient secrets buried in the sand. Yo, what the fuck? fuck?
黄沙淹没的古代秘密的超文明。
Is this, like, how ancient are we talking? How advanced are we talking? Are we talking Conria? Are we talking pre-Conria?
机器也有受到
Holy
这些
shit.
事物影响。
Fierce beasts that have affected and mutated by these things. Dude! The Emerai have also claimed part of the legacy of the ancient civilization as a deterrent as last resort of a crisis. You'll have to find out for yourself. Of course! Gotta play out the lore. Dude, there's so much shit jam-packed in here?
作为智慧之国，学者型的角色当然是
Yeah, the researchers.
比如作为生论派的学者，
Ooh!
如今正在担任巡灵官
Tignari!
在
Yo!
奥莫斯港邂逅
Wow, who's
出身
this?
教令院知论派的艾尔海森。此外，
Wait,
其
wait,
他各
wait,
方
wait, 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 they're dropping more characters in this. The person you meet by chance at Port
邂
Ormos.
逅，出身教令院
Al-Haitam? Is that how you say his name? It's from the Haravatat in the Academia.
知论派的
Oh
艾尔
my
海森
god, this guy looks sick. Al-Haitam. Okay, Al-Haitam. I have to hear the name to really understand how it's pronounced, but I'm doing the best I can, okay? Bro, they're dropping more characters. In addition, characters from all walks of life will cross paths with the traveler.
作为沙漠子民，
Who's
隶
this?
属镀金旅团的雇佣兵迪西亚，还有独辟蹊径，在虚拟
What?
这样的
HoYoverse,
智慧
what are you
与理性的
doing?
追求艺术和舞蹈的一路。而随着旅行的继续
Oh my
神秘
god,
少女
dude, there's so many
还有
characters,
经济官
say
戴
no!
诺角色也会依此登场。
Bro,
至此为止
what
旅
the
行者
hell are
终
they?
于将要
They're
到达
like,
续
fuck you
无论
leakers!
是沿途的风景、风土人情，还是身边的旅
I
伴
gotta go back.
都将会
I
是全
can't
新
keep
的
pausing and
我
stopping.
们衷心希望可以带给大家
Bruh.
值得期待的冒险。
They just showed like 6 new characters. That one chick, she looked like the Sumeru version of Beto. She looked so badass. What the fuck? Hold up. Okay. They dropped like 5 characters at the end there. I didn't even pick up on all the names because the character, like the guy's talking and the characters are on screen and I'm popping off and I'm trying to read chat. Like, Jesus, man. Dude, when does this stop? We still have like 3.5 weeks before this region comes out. What the hell are they going to show us in the 3.0 live stream at this point? Bro, Sino! I wonder if all of those characters are going to be in 3.1 maybe? That's a lot of characters though. Those all looked like 5-star worthy characters too. So I don't know which one of them is a 4-star and which one of them is a 5-star, or if that's just like the array of characters that we're going to get between like 3.0 and like 3.3, 3.4. All right, we got to run that back. All right, so again, port area. This gives me big like Inazuma vibes. Like that's how we first got introduced to Inazuma, was through the port. And I was like, oh, imagine we actually start off here. Like somehow we make our way into the sea and then we end up here. But this looks like a really nice port area. There are a lot of ports too. There's a bunch of different side areas. This area is really nice too. Like the markets, like the merchants and stuff like that. This kind of reminds me a little bit of like the alleyways of Liyue, like during like around Chihu Rock. The vibes look so good. The music is really great. The locale is incredible. I don't know if this might be the Academia. I don't know what that giant structure in the sky is. It just doesn't look like Celestia from where I'm looking. I don't know if that's just like a placeholder model or if that is the Academia or if that is Celestia, because that's really high up, you know? That's even higher than the fucking Jade Chamber, for Christ's sake. So I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But the first thought in my mind was it's high up. It looks like it could be Celestia, but then the model kind of looks a little different. So it could be something else entirely. I like how they brought this back when it came to the 2.8 like trailer that we saw at the end, was like that voice that was talking to us. They were like,
huh? You say you're a traveler? Well then, maybe I could offer you a bit of knowledge, and in return, you can tell me your story. How about it?
She's like, you give me information and I'll give you information. So that person, whoever that is clearly Sumeru oriented. I don't know if it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, if it's the Dendro Archon, if it's someone that's just communicating through the Academia technology, right? Because that makes sense now, how they were able to intercept the Dodocom, because they have like their own like Wi-Fi technology here, right? So that would actually make sense. They were able to like tap into our technology through a Gnosis powered legacy left by the previous Dendro Archon. So we're gonna learn about the previous Archon, and then whoever this new Archon is, we don't know if it's Lesser Lord Kusanali or if it's someone else entirely. I'm not entirely sure. The actual identity of the Archon, I'm not sure of just yet. Obviously, we're gonna have to learn about previous Archon because this is their legacy. This is everything that they built up before they died 500 years ago. But like, Greater Lord was the title of the previous Archon, so Lesser Lord make a lot of sense if that's the new Archon that's taking over now. So we got Greater Lord Ruka Devada. So it could very well be Lesser Lord Kusanali, especially because we saw like one of those characters that passed by was like a child. So that could have been the Archon, right? If they were replaced in the last 500 years, and they're the youngest one apparently. This is interesting. This is basically their AirPod Wi-Fi system. Another interesting point, they can't dream. I wonder why. Like, is it because of the technology? Like, they have like all these earpieces in their ear, and is it like fucking with their brain waves and shit, and it's not allowing them to have like REM sleep, right? Like, because that affects like your brain waves and like how you perceive or process dreams. But Kali is able to, because she had like that dream of like it seemed like she envisioned Dotori burning down the forest. So maybe it's because of the technology that they're using, and it's powered through like the previous Archon. Maybe that's what's happening. Locals take pride in it, seeing it as a testament of their rationality and wisdom. Ignorance is bliss. They don't know any better. That's probably what the academia wants them to believe too. Keeps them ignorant. I do like this though, the different shrooms. So you got the water-based shrooms, you have the dendro-based shrooms, you got the earth-based. I think these are earth-based. And so these are obviously new mobs, new creatures that we're gonna have to farm for. I've already farmed for like well over 1,000 of the materials from the chasm for the water ones, just because I've been barking up the tree of like, we don't know what the drop rate is gonna be like in Sumeru, and if anyone takes those mats, which they're giving to us in the chasm before Sumeru comes out, you know, I've been pre-farming those as much as I possibly can, so hopefully I have enough. This is fucking sick! The highest form of fungi have developed a strong animalistic nature. That is such a cool fucking design, and they are territorial and rather aggressive. So this is most likely going to be the new world boss for this region of Dendro characters, most likely. This looks so sick. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know if this is just another random, like, if this doesn't, like, it's in the random environment, so I don't know if this is a world boss, if this is a random mob, if this is just random wildlife, or if this is like a mount system. But that design looks really cool. It's like a lion. The rainforest is also home to a variety of animals. Hey, that could be what gets us through the Sumeru desert. I'm just saying, HoYoverse, you got time to hot fix this in, all right? I want my suggestions to be taken into consideration before 3.0, please, and thank you. And I love how they have like the pigs, because like obviously we have those in Mondstadt as well. They're covered in grass though. Encounter a new force called the Emerite. Yeah, so mercenaries. They are not part of any nation's forces, but make a living on their own wisdom and strength. Wow, they have like their own establishment too, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so they're mercenaries for hire. We already know about that. I'm so excited for the desert lore, bro. I'm so fucking excited for the desert. Oh, Emerites. Okay, I'm saying Emerites like gems or whatever. Read the name, Arnold. Hey, I have for those who don't know, I have a bit of dyslexia where I read things that aren't exactly there, so I have to read it multiple times. So just bear with me on that, okay? It's not always in my control. So it's, hold on, let me go back and double check. I've always read it as Emerite. Okay, so it's Eremite. Okay, now I have to like rewire my brain to be like, no, that's actually how it's pronounced. Okay, so it's okay, so apologies, but it's actually pronounced Eremites. I'm very excited for the desert though, like the desert lore. Machines from an ancient civilization that guard the ancient secrets buried in the sand. So if this isn't Conria, the only thing we can think of, the only other ancient civilization that I know of at least, is like the unified Sealy civilization that like predates a lot of like Tevat's fucking history, like even the sun and moon shit. So that's like the only other thing I can think of. Like we're getting into like Byakuya Koku territories here. So, but even like even the runes on them look very different than what's on like the ruin guards. So it's a different civilization altogether, which is very interesting. I'm excited to read the lore of these, whatever these enemies drop for their materials, because that's obviously going to give us insight into like what exactly this civilization is, which would make sense, like why the giant machine that we saw in the previous trailer, and like the one that's in the forest and the one that's in the desert, that seems to probably even predate Conria as well. Fierce beasts. Yeah, so they're guarding this place pretty heavily. This looks like an hourglass situation here, so some puzzles that might have to be uncovered to get further in these ruins. The Eremite have also have a claim to part of the legacy. So that's interesting too. So the Eremites are also part of the lineage of this civilization. So I wonder if that girl that we just saw, like the girl at the end, like they were showing a bunch of characters, but I wonder if she's gonna be the centerpiece, if she's part of the Eremite, if she's gonna be the centerpiece of like uncovering this lore, if maybe she's a descendant too, you know? Yo, Aether's gonna be so overwhelmed by all these big brain motherfuckers in this region. That's gonna be crazy. And that's another thing too. I wonder if we're gonna see the Sumeru, excuse me, I wonder if we're gonna see any of the Sumeru researchers that we've seen in Liyue so far, like Mondstadt and Liyue, right? Sayid's in Mondstadt, Soraya and Alrani are in Liyue. Hosini just pops up whenever there's an event. Nazafaran pops up whenever there's an event. So it'd be really cool to see some of these NPCs back in their like their homeland after like going out and getting their research. I just think it would be really cool to just see how like the world is alive and, you know, characters are moving and doing their own thing, even if they're not on screen all the time. I'd really appreciate that. And I'm excited about all of the other things in Sumeru as well. I really hope that we get to see Choji's mom here somewhere, because she's apparently somewhere here, which is very, very exciting. A murder researcher, Tignari. Okay, so he's a researcher and a forest watcher. Interesting. Okay, I really like his design. His model looks really cool now that we see him in 3D. So really like, oh, he's got a tail too. Holy shit. Did you guys see that? I don't think that showed up in his drip marketing, but man's got ears and a tail. That's really cool. Yeah, if it showed in his drip marketing, I didn't notice that then. So Kali must be like around here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kali's in that hut right there, just like relaxing, hanging out, doing whatever. This guy. So this is the port we saw in the preview 2 trailer. So this is the port that has like that schism. This looks like a really awesome location. Look at this man, fucking drip dude. He's got the cape, he got the boots, the silver hair. This man looks so cool. Oh, he's also Dendro. Okay, so he's got a Dendro. Bro, I'm gonna farm this Dendro domain like nobody's fucking business. There's already, what is that? So you got the Dendro Archon, you got this guy, you got Kali, and you got Tignari. So that's 4 characters that are gonna need their own Dendro sets. Jesus, man. Al-Hitam or Al-Hitam? It's really tough to pronounce these names that I've never heard of. I don't really know if any of the words are silent or whatnot, so I apologize for any mispronunciations. But he's from a subset of the academia. So the academia has different subsets of like, there's like different categories of study in the academia. I don't remember, or I don't know if they talked about what the Hara Vatat is, but I have to like I have to brush up on that. Oh my god. This guy looks really cool. He looks so sick. I wonder if he's gonna be like, for some reason, I think polearm user, because he kind of looks like he kind of almost has like the same like model as Zhongli, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the same body type as Zhongli. So maybe a Dendro polearm user. Other walks of life. Yeah, this chick over here, dude. Dia or Dea, who is a desert folk. Oh, she is a mercenary. Okay, so she might actually. Yo, look at her arm, bro. Dude, that's like ancient technology from the freaking desert. So she actually might know a thing or two about the lore of this place, like the lore of the desert at least. She's giving me huge Sumeru Beto mommy vibes, just saying. Like, she looks like the Sumeru badass version of Beto. Like, I feel like her and Beto would get along great. Another character that she reminds me of, this is from a different game franchise, but she reminds me of Velvet from Tales of Berseria, because she's got like that technological arm, just like Velvet has like the demonic arm, and she's got like the red, like she literally looks like Velvet from Tales of Berseria, if any of you guys have played that game. That's the first thing that I thought of when I saw her. Holy fuck, dude. This design is so sick. She's got really good drip. She's pyro, so she's got a pyro vision on her hip there, so that looks really good. And yeah, like the accent of her, the accent and like these jewels, and just like a lot of the accents in the design choices just show that like she clearly is in tune with whatever this technology is in the desert. And I really, really hope that she's the character. I really hope her story quest is pivotal to the past as well, if she knows a thing or two about this place. And yeah, so the Eremites, so we're gonna get to see her there too. She looks so sick. Oh, we also have Nilu, who went off the beaten path in such a land that values rationality and wisdom as Sumeru. You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of Mipha from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, actually. She's giving me huge Mipha vibes. And I assume she's Hydro. I don't know if we see her vision, but she looks Hydro. Bro, this is insane. They're dropping so much shit on us. A Another character. She instead chose to pursue art and dance instead of being big brain with everybody else in the region. That's interesting. I wonder how that fares, right? Like, I wonder how, like, the arts, like music and theater and dance, I wonder how that aspect of creativity and knowledge, how that meshes or clashes with like objective, like logic, like science and logic in that regard, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like those are like complete opposites, like left-brained versus right-brained. So yeah, so this person, a mysterious girl, Nahida. Interesting. I don't know how that rolls off the tongue. Would not be surprised if she is the Dendro Archon. I love her. I love her eye. The design of her eyes reminds me of Hu Tao's. Like Hu Tao's have like the star. Hers have like these little like 4-leaf clover looking things, and she's dripped out in green. So I assume Dendro would make sense if she's also the Dendro Archon. She's got elf ears, so might be a part of like the race with Klee, Alice, Puccinella of the Harbingers. So like the pointy-eared individuals. I don't know if this could potentially be, because like if it's Nahida, then why wouldn't the name be like who's Lesser Lord Kusanali then? You know what I mean? And we don't see a vision on them, but that's irrelevant because if this is the Archon, then that means they have a Dendronosis, which is what we actually care about. Yeah, that is true too. All the Archons have multiple names, right? Venti, Barbados, Zhongli, Rex Lapis, Morak. So this could very well be Nahida / Lesser Lord Kusanali. But I feel like Lesser Lord Kusanali is like her title, but maybe that's what they're doing. They're trying to throw you off by saying this is her actual name, but like her actual title is that of the Dendro Archon, but we have to wait and see. Holy shit, the General Mahamantra, Sino, and other characters will also appear in turn. Also, didn't realize that there were civilizations and settlements within the desert area even. Where's his vision? Hold on, what element is he? Oh, he's Electro! He's Electro! He's got an Electro vision on his back. Oh my god. Dude, I've been farming the Thundering Fury set the last couple of weeks, so I have some really good Electro pieces. Unless they come out with new pieces for Electro characters in Sumeru. I'm literally just gonna give him my Fischl and Beto pieces at this point. Dude, he looks so sick! Look at him! That Anubis helmet looks so cool, man. Thus far, the traveler's footsteps will finally reach Sumeru. Whether it's for scenery, the local customs and practices, or a companion along the way, it'll be a completely new experience. We sincerely hope that you bring an adventure worth looking forward to. Shout out to the music throughout that entire thing. Music's gonna be a really awesome thing to take in and kind of immerse myself in experience. They really just kind of gave us like let's see. So they gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new characters. Sino's technically not new, but like 5 new characters besides the drip marketing characters that we got. So those 5 plus Kali, Tignari, and Dory. That's 8 characters showcased already. Bro, there's so much. There's so much, dude. There's so much to break down and talk about. I'm so intrigued by this girl right here. Cause like another thing too is we don't know who so she's mysterious, right? And we don't know who the voice was of the person that contacted us in the Golden Apple. I haven't done the epilogue yet of the Golden Apple, but the person who initially intercepted our call was like a mysterious voice of a girl. And like that voice was also in the 2.8 trailer. So like, I wonder if this is them as well, if it is the Dendro Archon. And like the whole thing too that's going on right now in the Golden Apple is like mirages that are being perceived as like hallucinations that are affecting people's brains. And then when you correlate that to what's currently going on here where people can't dream and they have all this technology like wired up to their systems, I'm just wondering if all of this stuff is connected, like the technology and like whatever the Fatui are doing, like with that machine there. I haven't finished the epilogue, so I don't know how that's gonna conclude, but like clearly there's like the story is forming around like the technology of this place and how it's affecting people's minds. So I just don't know if that's gonna be the major plot. Is Dottore gonna tap into that at all? Because he seems to be like the threat of this region now with like burning the forest and shit. But holy fuck, this was really, really, really exciting. I was not expecting the new characters. I was expecting like giving us an idea of like what to get into. Like they showed us more regions, they showed us more mobs, they showed a couple of characters, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But then they just kept going, and I'm like, MiHoYo, what are you doing? Like the only other thing I can think of is that they're going to flesh out these characters' move sets. They're gonna talk about weapons, new new artifacts, new events and things like that for the 3.0 live stream, because all of this stuff, I feel like it's a little too dense to give us all of this in the 3.0 live stream special program. So maybe that's why they're deciding to kind of like give us this preview stuff now. And I don't really know if it's generally for the leaks, because realistically, like, MiHoYo is allowing these leaks to happen through process of like allowing these beta tests and alpha tests to take place. So if they just shut those programs down, they wouldn't have to worry about getting all of this information out the door as soon as possible to combat the leakers. You know what I mean? So I also feel like this is like their initial plan regardless of leaks or not. But yeah, this is a lot to take in, I will say. I am so over the moon excited for this. Like, the desert is probably my favorite. The desert is what I'm looking forward to the most. Surprise, surprise, the lore of the place is what I'm generally interested in. Because the civilization, it has nothing to do seemingly with Conria, which means it has to do with either another ancient civilization that's outside of the like the Sealy civilization, right? Fanis' civilization, Yakuyakoku, etc., like back during those times. And that's great too, because like I would really like to learn more about that civilization besides just Enkanomiya giving us all that information, especially if Enkanomiya was once a part of the surface, you know what I mean? So this civilization could parallel a lot of the stuff that we know about in the chasm, like with the upside down civilization there and what became of Enkanomiya, you know, underneath the depths of the ocean and whatnot. So very, very excited overall. I think this is where I'm gonna leave it off. I'm stunned. I have a lot. I'm gonna try my best to finish everything that I need to get through on my plate right now, because I really do think Sumeru is gonna be incredibly dense when it comes to the lore. I also have to I have to brush up on my pronunciation of some of these names too. So hopefully the 3.0 live stream trailer, the live stream that comes out in a couple weeks, will give us proper pronunciation of these names so I don't have to feel super self-conscious about it. But that is it. That is the reaction. Those are my initial thoughts going into this, rechecking out everything and analyzing and breaking it down as best I can. I'm going to try to get this video up on YouTube as soon as possible, as soon as this live stream is over. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you to the 2,000 viewers that we had at the very top of the stream. I really hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts, my speculations. I appreciate all of you guys being here and being excited to hear my first time thoughts of this trailer. I'm going to be pulling for all of these characters most likely. I don't think I'm going to get constellations for anyone outside of Kali realistically, just because I don't want to break the bank this time around, and I can see that being something that's very easy to do with all of these new characters and their designs. I'll never say never, but I hope I don't want the constellations. I hope the constellations aren't that enticing, because I do not want to go broke for this region right out the gate. But with all that said, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until next time, we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.